I mean, for so many reasons, I think. I think part of it is that we do live in a world where God's committed to friendship, but that means he has to be committed to freedom. And if he's committed to freedom, that means that people can do things around us that can have an impact on us. And sometimes we have no idea how deep or how long-lasting the impact of the things that we do can be. You know, I had, when I was younger, when I was a kid, there was another kid who I wasn't nice to, and I can remember bullying him. I can remember saying mean things to him. I can remember throwing things at him. And then a couple years ago, I found out that he had taken his life. And you know, the Bible says, for the wages of sin is death. I had read that verse a million times. I had shared it with people all the time. Never really hit home until I heard that news. The consequences of sin in this world are deeper and further reaching than we think. And it affects our entire culture and our upbringing, and it can affect our mental state as well in times that we feel depressed. Not only that, but I think sometimes the reason that we can feel depressed in an unofficial sense or in a diagnosed sense is because we're longing for something more. This isn't the state that ultimately we're created for. So if we're longing for something much more than this, that's okay. And you don't need to feel bad about that or like you've done something wrong or you should feel ashamed. The night before Jesus died, he was in the Garden of Gethsemane and he said these words. He said, "My heart is sorrowful even to death." If you have felt so sorrowful in your heart that you feel like you've been close to death, that is something that the God of the universe has come down and experienced. There's nothing that we've experienced that he hasn't experienced. And that's partly because he knew as well as anyone that this is not what we were made for. We're made for more when all the fruits of the Spirit will be perfectly fulfilled and we will live in a state that will be full of love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and generosity, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And so we look forward to that time.